Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, on the Bitcoin chart, we've seen another break above the 100K level earlier today. The price reacted to this micro support region, or rather, let's say, I don't know if it's micro support really, it's a support region that I added to the chart earlier today. I think when I made the last video, I introduced it. It was here, this support region between 86,197 and 93,156. Or rather, I think when I added it, the price had already obviously moved up a little bit. But the idea is that as long as we are holding above this support region, we can still see this as a local range in which there is a possibility to form one more upside extension in the white scenario in wave 5. But the very clear invalidation point locally for the idea that the fifth wave has started after an extended fourth wave, which consists here of a WXY structure. The invalidation point is yesterday's low. I mean, that is the clear invalidation. That's at $91,500. As long as this level is holding, we might want to watch for higher prices in wave 5. But this rally so far, it just seems unsustainable. I mean, as I said before, it is an area where we have to be cautious. Yesterday's setback was a clear warning. It's probably not going to be an easy ride, and this is like an epic battle here between the bulls and the bears. And it's not necessarily that, you know, above 100K is all bullish, below it's bearish. I don't think that's how it is. The bulls and the bears might be fighting for a while until we have a clear winner. So just be cautious in this region, yeah? Just be a bit careful, because it could easily be just a false victory for the bulls, right? If we continue to grind higher, this might again just be another high B wave, and we might, you know, and we might spend some time in this range here, which we could just highlight by a rectangle maybe. Just to show you, we might just be in this range for a little while, right? I'm gonna take it off again, but could easily be this sort of range, you know, between yesterday's low and also then the Thursday swing high. So just chopping around. That doesn't mean we couldn't leave it to the upside. I mean, it might just be a B wave, a wick above, and then we fall back. At the moment, the bulls seem to be in control. If we add also, one second, what I wanted to do, if we add the volume to the chart and I go to the 1 hour time frame, so we see that volume has picked up here with this local breakout. Now it's fading again a little bit, so it might be very well, we might see a bit more detail here. Yeah, heavy volume peaked here around, let's say 5 to 6 p.m. UTC. It's fading again a bit, so that's not obviously too important. I'm not normally looking at volume again, but that's just an indication. You know, it might just be an ABC structure in wave B, so we don't know that yet. I would just say be cautious. And the key level that I'm using at the moment to watch or to distinguish between bullish and short-term bullish and short-term bearish momentum, that's the last swing low located here around 97,750, or it's a bit lower than that, 97,450. This last swing low, the line isn't positioned correctly. Let me just shift it down a bit. So yeah, it's around this last low, 97,450, 97,550, depending on the exchange. It's not like, okay, we get a wick below, it's failed, but it's more like this red line above. The bulls might be in control, below the bears, at least temporarily. But it is this epic fight around the 100K mark. In one of the signals I sent on Discord earlier today, I compared it with the battle around for the Death Star. And it is true, you know, it's an epic battle, and this is there's no clear winner yet. Now we all know how the movies ended, but still, it's not straightforward, and it could just be another B wave. Now that said, due to this rally, right, another high B wave is a bit unusual, but I cannot rule it out. This is likely going to chop for a bit. But for now, I'm watching for higher, and I'm watching the white scenario as long as we are above the red line. Once we get a little bit more price data, and specifically once the price gets to the 138% extension at 108,589, I mean, this is this is based on this would be an ideal target at the moment for a third wave, right? If we get there, we can add support for the fourth wave, which might then test the area around 104, 105K. And then we could get another move up in wave 5. And this is just another attempt to reach this 110K area that I mentioned in the last few days. We were watching if maybe the bulls were already on the way here, right? But they failed, obviously, right? And now they try again. So there's still enough retail volume coming in at the moment to push prices back above 100K. I tried to explain it yesterday with the example of a hot air balloon, where we said, look, you don't normally need heavy selling for prices to start to go down. It's enough if no new buyers are coming in. And when the prices have reached a certain level again where the buyers step in, well, that's new fuel for the hot air balloon. But once that flame stops working, the balloon isn't going to crash down immediately, right? It's just that not new, there's no new fuel that's coming in. So it might just sink slowly, right? And that's the same with prices in financial markets. When there are no new buyers coming in, and when everybody who has a position or who wants a position has a position, prices start to decline slowly first, right? And you don't always need the major crash first. But for now, the bulls have returned, so buyers are stepping in again. So the flame hasn't stopped yet. But all I want to say is be cautious in this region. I would be cautious until we have a clear winner here. But overall, we are now anyway on the larger time frame from a macro point of view. You know that we are in an area where we could top at any time. Now, I mentioned it also yesterday. Has a bear market started? Some people were already talking about it. I said probably not, because there's just, we still haven't reached the, let's say, one of my ideal targets here for this bull market around 130K yet. And I think there's still another 4-5 pattern missing on the larger time frame. So I don't think we have reached the top yet, right? But we have to just in this area, in this macro area where we have on the larger time frame 5 waves up completed, which is an entire Elliott Wave cycle, we just have to become cautious. That was different down here at the, in wave 2, right, where we could be more aggressively bullish because a third wave was projected. This is different now. We have progressed much further, and we are now at the end of a 5th wave, with, however, still probably some more upside to come. It will be interesting to see how the bulls progress from here. The altcoins, most of them are due another high anyway, also in their 3rd wave. So just to confirm or compare that with Bitcoin, a lot of the altcoins are in internal 3rd waves, circle 3, and they could get another high. So also Bitcoin might form that one more high. Looked a little different yesterday, but that's why I said I can't fully confirm that we're in the larger wave 4 yet, even though I see it as primary. But I'm not suggesting a short here or anything. It's more like taking a cautious stance, preparing for it, and watching for things to go wrong potentially. And now, where could things go wrong from a bullish perspective? Well, a break below that red line would certainly indicate that the bulls are starting to lose control again. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.